Hello Gemini, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page if you've come across this video on Facebook. So anyway, this is for you Gemini, and for the month of May 2021. So I'm just getting rocking and rolling and getting these videos out today, as many as I can. So there may be something that's going on for you. Okay, so today, I'll just be reminded, so today is the 29th of, I'll just double check on that, the time is thinking going really fast. The 29th of April 2021, so it's Thursday today. Well, we're nearly at the end of the fourth month of the year. So anyway, just getting back to my introductions, there is, okay, just wanting to like set all the energy in because there's a lot of energy around. I'm feeling like really, like there's a calmish sort of energy, but there's an energy of actually wanting to get going with something and or decluttering, and you may have found like that you have been decluttering. So so anyway, just a reminder that these videos, the messages that come through with these readings are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. If they do, then that's wonderful. If they're not, then just check out what your other signs are saying. Okay, so what I mean by that is that you may be, this is Gemini, I'm doing Gemini now, so on your astrological chart, there are other, signs that we are connected to that may, give us a little bit, depending on our birth date and where we're born and blah, 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 what time we're born and that sort of thing. And so some people even look at what, as to where in the world you are born in that sense as well. So excuse me, I've just been like using my sage and fluffing around with that and burning energy, burning the sage and also Palo Santo, just to reset or set. I like to set the energy, like the new energy, rather than like there's a kind of a reset. So I'm kind of like, sorry, I'm all going all over the place, but I kind of feel like there's a lot of messages coming through. So Spirit, work with me that in a way that like there are whoever's watching will get something out of the message, out of the reading, the messages that come through. So and they try and capture everybody, so you will feel, you'll see what's going on there, where I kind of go from flip to one thing to another. So I do apologize for that. I'm trying to get moving and trying and stay centered and focused, okay, with this one, especially like being a Gemini, as a use as well, by the obviously, because this is for Gemini. And it may be like Gemini, maybe that's where I was going. Maybe your in your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus sign for you in your astrological chart. So where they were actually going with that is like there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on it, and it will print out, give you a good overview of what it is and how you're connected with other signs. Okay, so anyway, God, it's kind of like all over the place, but I do feel like there is, for a good portion of you, there may be something, a lot of little bits and pieces of things going together that are going to tie in for you. Hence the way that I've been, talking this with this, in this reading so far. So, and it's like you're trying to pull it all together, and it's a lot like, like an octopus or a feke, okay, an octopus where they have lots of arms and tentacles out. So, and I guess like there are maybe lots of things that are going on for you, or you may be like in this line of work and there may be like lots of things that you do, but you're trying to like stream it all together, or you're trying to like working on bring it all together and understand how you can make like a package up out of it. And I totally get that, because there is another link, there's another step in the way that I'm working as well. So with whatever it is, whether you're in this line of work or not, or whether you're in some other line of work, and if your business or your hobby or something like that, there is, or you may be, in something like in, a counseling position, or some of you may be in, some sort of manufacturing sort of business, where there are things that are starting to link off into, you know, other things, and you're like starting to see which has been coming up maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Sometimes some of you, it may be longer than that. And now you're starting to see that actually how you're able to put it or to bring it in with whatever you've learnt from way back then, or whatever the vision that you've been given is starting to maybe come more into the now, where okay, you can see now how more feasible that it is to like implement it into whatever you're doing now, into your life, into your business, and it may be slightly change. You might need to slightly adapt it or change it, but the essence of it is there, or the crux of it is there. So for you to get moving, to do whatever it is. So anyway, we're going to start off with this now. We're doing we're going to be looking at your current energies, okay? So, and I'm going to go about 3 rows down and see what happens, and then we're going to have a look at, you know, what is there, you know, that some suggestions and action source to help with solutions and things like that. So I don't really want to take all these, Spirit, because that's like a gazillion there. So I'm going to reshuffle that. I'm going to take that top one because I'm more drawn to doing that, and I'm going to turn those around. And then if they fall in upside down, okay, there we go, in reverse, then that's it. That's what it will be. Okay. So I'm just going to bear with me, and we'll just see where we're going. So the first card out here is Unity with this dolphin, which is 44. And I feel like for... you may, interestingly enough, I'm just getting, some of you may have been seeing a lot of 4s around, okay, or 44. It might have been like 444, like you might have been seeing on the clock 444 or something like that. But it talks about unity with this card. So this is the Sacred Web deck of cards that I'm using for the top here, and we'll see what comes out underneath. So I'm using the Silver Witchcraft Tarot now to start off with. Well, I'm going to take... There's a whole lot of cards that are coming out. So 2 of Wands. I am going to take those 2 because those 2 are the ones that I'm more drawn to. And I'm going to put these back and see where we go. So, and what may be coming up for you as far as, you know, may be helpful for as far as solutions go to help you through this and give you a bit of an insight. I thought I saw something, another one upside down there. Okay, no. An insight as to what is going on and how you can... maneuver around it, through it, or figure it out, okay? And then we're just going to see what happens, you know, how, give a little bit more of a deficient, okay, something maybe deficient somewhere along the line, or see how, you know, where you could be a little bit more efficient, where things may be deficient. Oh God, help it. So I guess so where things are maybe a little bit deficient for you, and just maybe showing you a little bit of how you can get around that. But I feel like most of the time, you know, we already kind of know, but we're just maybe like not too sure actually fully how we're going to do that. So let's see what comes up here. Okay, I'm going to turn that around there. Whew, and then, okay. So yes, unity, we have the 2 of Wands that's coming in underneath there, and we have the Queen of Wands as well. So there's something that you are looking to do, and like maybe when I'm hearing unity with this dolphin, you know, they work together as a I was going to say a pack, but they like swim in pods. So, you know, they work together as a family. So there may be something where you are, you know, where you are finding that more so now more than ever, you are maybe connecting with, say, a different group of people, and creating or co-creating together, but also like, you know, your family, who you thought your family may have been, like, you know, it's like you're building a new family or adding a new family to you, to your space, to your energy, to your workplace, or to your even family. So, you know, sometimes we have like a work family, our family, you know, and there may be like our friends' family, a group of people. So it depends on how you're looking at that. But I do feel like, yeah, this is talking about uniting, and maybe you've found for some of you a group of people, or, you know, or energies that you are more resonating with. Okay, so and also and it's not to say that you're going to ditch the family, you know, your family, but it's like you know, we're going out and we're venturing and we're meeting new people, we're doing new things and we're expanding ourselves. So it may be that you've actually caged yourself in a little bit, and there's a, you know, 99.99% of the time there's a good reason for that, and sometimes we need to like process things on our own, so without any outside influences, so we can figure it out for ourselves, and then we start bringing in others who can help us, like to give us a little bit more insight. So it's not necessarily that you've been pushing people away. That's how people may be seeing it. Sometimes, yes, we can do, and we may do because we need to. Other times, and it's just recognizing that, and other times we can be too close, whether you're Gemini or not. At times we're all capable of this, but I feel like sometimes, you know, as a Gemini, we can, and noticing that we can be a little bit closed at times, and you know, and push people away. But on saying that's not everyone, okay? So don't, you know, think that, okay, if that's not you, then that's not you, okay? But I have noticed that, you know, sometimes that even myself and, you know, and a lot of other Geminis that I do know, and it's not necessarily like we can be closed or we can like push people away, but it's like often what I've seen is like I say, this is like for every sign. We can, and this is talking about like this part now, you may have been like closing or pushing people away, but it's not, I do feel like, you know, there's now the doors are opening, so it's like not so much that you're welcoming in, but there's that acceptance of what and who certain people are, the way they act or the way they're being, and it's also there's that acceptance of the way you are, the way you act, the way you're being, blah blah blah. So you're starting to see like two you know, that perspective of the other side, and like not in learning about yourself on a deeper level, that we don't always necessarily have to be involved or allow ourselves, our energy to get stuck in that space. Okay, so the next card is number 27 with new endeavors. So that talks about, you know, obviously there's something new coming up. So there may be something that you're working on now, a project, and you're decluttering. And interesting, I can hear like decluttering in the background there, because we've just been through this full moon phase. So, and typically what can happen is we're releasing things and decluttering things. So it could be, you know, internally releasing things, like actually internally, physically, where you may find that your bowels and your emotions within you, even like from, you know, the bladder, maybe you're processing things differently, and you may be feeling like I'm hearing like drinking more water to like help flush through that stuff. But also on the other side of the physical level is like throwing out things. So, you know, interestingly enough, around this time, we have here where I live, they have an inorganic day or an organic day. I say inorganic day, but it's more like inorganic stuff actually. So where you can throw out bits and pieces of rubbish that you don't want, or, you know, things that you don't want that are around the place, and put them out on the curb and they'll pick it up. Quite often what happens is, you know, what is one person's treasure, maybe, you know, another person's treasure, you know, that's, you know, what is one person's treasure that, like, I'm putting things out there, maybe, you know, another person's treasure as well, but in a second-hand way, or you know what I mean. I'm kind of like, there's a lot going on in here. So what I'm hearing, like even like with you, there may be a lot going on in here. It's like, where to now, blah blah blah. So hence why we've burnt this sage here earlier on, just to like clear the way and set the energy. But also I've put some Palo Santo in there, as well as, you know, as a blessing as well, to bless the energy as well as clearing. So then we have number 38, freedom. Okay. And this beautiful butterfly, the monarch butterfly. So it's like, yeah, okay, obviously once we release ourselves from things, we start to free up more space, but free up more energy, space in our mind, energetically, mentally and emotionally, so we can get a clear perspective. Okay, because this is the last card on this one here, and a clear perspective of what it is. It's number 6. what it is where we're wanting to or needing to be going, and and it's like in some sort of direction. But it could be a clear perspective about getting out of your mind and seeing, because of all the clutter that's there. I love how this is worked out and the flow of this in the end. So okay, so we have the Two of Wands in the unity. So there's something, that you're looking out there. You've got this idea, you've got this move, you started moving, and there's a passion that maybe you're moving within you and also without of you. But there's something out there that you're looking for. Okay, I do feel like here the Queen of Wands here. She's the magician in a way, the female magician, you could say, but she makes shit happen and she makes things happen. So I feel like she's coming through to let you know that this, whatever it is that you're looking for, is like creating it. And I get that, and I have to wonder where, because the unity thing, and it may be that this is what they're talking about here, is creating magic doesn't necessarily need that you need to be doing it on your own. And maybe you felt like you've been having to do things on your own. And yes, there is a time and a space where, yes, we do need to do things on our own, like processing and things like that. But we've also got to allow, which has come up before, to allow people to come in at times to help us. And I know sometimes, there's that energy, and I'm hearing that some of you maybe can be a little bit stubborn about that, but I feel like this is like that. It's a limiting belief in the sense that there is something that's in the past that may have, made you weary, be wary of who is around you. And, and on saying that, you've got every right to be like that, but it's like not everybody is like that. So this is about discernment as well. So there's some sort of movement there, this is about really you creating your own magic, and you can do that, hopping into that Wands energy, because the Wands is really all about action, allowing people to help you. And I mean, you have a really good instinct. So this is about, especially, you looking at, listening to your intuition as well. Dolphins are really, really super intuitive, and they're like sonar. I'm hearing sonar. It's like, this is about not letting your emotions get in the way too, okay? I'm noticing the rainbow here at the bottom of this card. So the rainbow is there. Okay, there's something about the magic and using the magic, bringing that magic out, within you with the rainbow. Okay, where are they going? So now with these new endeavors, because I'm going into like a mind, body, spirit, soul sort of a flow today. So with the physical movement, because this is kind of maybe what's more on your mind in this one here, but I feel like this is unity working together, okay, with someone or someones, okay, in the future, but actually you working together with you, and that creating that relationship, amazing relationship with yourself. And when we do that, we start to create, I'm just noticing I'm starting to fiddle around, so there may be some uncomfortability with that, with some of you in that sense, but new endeavors. So the Four of Pentacles is the card that's underneath this horse here. I love the horse, this beautiful, I want to say chestnut horse. So some of you may be able to identify with a horse in your past, or even in the now, okay, for some reason. So 2 for me is about relationships, and 7 is about being creative and realizing that we are the creator of what it is that we're wanting to be and do and have and give in our lives, okay? So, and 44 is about grounding for me and creating that stability or that foundation, whether it be, and create, because that's connected for me, to the root chakra. So whether it to be with family, your relationship with yourself, but it's really generating stability with finances. So some of you may be like shifting into something new, but this is what it's all about, okay? Because obviously shifting into something new because you've got new endeavors there, okay? But I feel like some of those new endeavors is about relationships because the 2 is there. So you may be bringing people in and, and moving people on, as well, or releasing people from your life. So, which is creating either way a new endeavor in some sort of way. The 4 of Pentacles here, it's like you're putting out for new, you've maybe got something already started, there's something that's financially moving forward in some sort of way, or something new in there, and that, but it's putting out. I feel like this is like looking at putting out for, for more. So often this card can be, depict or, talk about holding on to money too tightly, but this one here, I love this deck because it's like you're putting out, for abundance or prosperity, or prosperity and abundance. Okay, so rather than, you know, and when we look at it that way, that actually we are already abundant, and we're wanting to increase that, expand it, and looking in within with these ideas, you know, thoughts and feelings that bringing in that energy of putting out and expanding our energy. Sorry, they just got me to close my eyes because I'm like looking at this card and she's like meditating. So really meditating for me is the number one tool that I will go to help me to settle my energy, to get that bit more of a clear perspective here with this card here. So though that is one tool. So, but this is about, here you are in this new endeavor. I feel like, you know, you've looked here in your mind, it's like you're putting out for new things out there to the universe, but now we're in search of something. What is my next step? Okay, meditation is part of it, but you're manifesting it. Okay, shifting your energy. Then we have the Eight of Wands, which is a now card. So I would say be mindful and be careful in the sense, but be mindful that actually, which is why they're talking about, it's like, this is an action card. It's like, get ready. That's what I mean by be mindful, is get ready. So about what it's like being ready for it, okay? Because something is moving quite quickly by the sound of it. So, which is like really cool. Awesome. I like that. So when we get to the freedom here in the spiritual side, you know, there's a sense of spiritual freedom, a sense that you like, and that is, you know, what I'm getting, that like the soul, the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit and the soul. It's like something coming together for you, which is giving you that feeling of, you know, of freedom. But it's like, you know, you've been enclosed in yourself and you're trying to figure out what it is. And I don't feel like, and it's not, like I say, this isn't like when we closed it, it's like some of you may have been in this chrysalis stage for a little while, or cocoon stage, and it's like now it's time to blossom and bring in, like, not so much even bring things together, it's just like put things out there and go and like plant, you know, because that's what butterflies do. They go and they plant the seed, or they spread their wings and they go and they start to, you know, lay eggs somewhere. So like planting the seed or laying eggs here. So it's like, I feel like you have already laid some eggs. It's like now you've gone into, a lot of you, not all of you, have gone into another chrysalis stage, and you've come out of that one, creating freedom. And I feel like a lot of you will be probably, you know, may have been in there for a lot longer than what's going on, and some of you maybe they're in a shorter time as you've been in this transformation stage. So that's really absolutely beautiful. That oopsie, I think somebody's going for a walk or going out, and they've left that one behind. So there's the freedom here, creating a magic with the magician. So there is, you know, the magician is there. So there is something there now, you know, moving, and it's now about you creating your magic, allowing yourself to be who it is that you're wanting to be, and moving into, you know, look, this one here, like there's a lot of, I'm looking at the moon, and interesting, we've just come out of the full moon that this card comes up. So here in April. So what I'm hearing is like there are a lot of, you know, emotions. You know, the moon is, you know, reveals, can make us emotional, you know, with the shift in the energy. So, and some people, you know, and because I'm more aware of it, it's not necessarily, I don't see that as a bad thing. It's helping me to shift through things. But there brings through these secrets and these lies is what I'm hearing about there, and which is kind of like, in the sense that for me to, or for us to like look at within, and that's what where I'm hearing, like it's like, but the magician is like bringing all that stuff together, the energy of the moon, and creating magic from that. Everything that you've learned, everything that you've and this is what they're talking about here with these, you know, about yourself, with that going within, and it's like pulling out these bits and pieces that you've mulled over, and now it's like you're shifting through it, and you've like moved, and you're creating magic from that. Okay, blimey heck. So I get, so number 3 and 8, so is created with the you know, is with this butterfly here with the freedom one. So 3 for me is about balance, you know, and 8 is about that infinity. So it's finding, it's like almost like, you know, there's that flow now, there's with the 8 or the infinity sign, whichever way you choose to look at it. But it's like, you know, there's a lot more balance in there within that flow is where they're going for it. So it's like now you're setting yourself free to go and, you know, create basically what it is. There's a new beginning there. And the next step, it's almost like I feel like with the Two of Wands, it's the same as similar to the Two of Wands, in the sense that, you know, although the Two of Wands is like you're in search of it, you know, the Four of Pentacles is like you're putting out there for it, and the Magician there is now it's like, okay, creating it, making it happen basically. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles here in the soul level here. Is like the Ten of Pentacles. It's like something comes to fruition. There's a beautiful, you know, there's a lot of dancing, there's prosperity. It's like, you know, something is coming. So it's like you're working towards that. And it's another phase, and, you know, the next phase of whatever it is that you're bringing together for you. So it's very prosperous and very abundant there, that the path that you're choosing to go on, or the path that you choose to go on. Yeah, okay, what am I doing here? Are these coming out? Yeah, okay. The path, the 10 with the Ten of Pentacles. And that is like, you know, there's the transitional period again, you know, with that. So, and it may be that is coming. So that is, you know, for me, that is like your soul saying that is there, basically. Beautiful. And I'll be going into this Queen of Wands here, the 8 and the 8 of Wands into the now. The Two of Cups here. Okay, so there's a beautiful friendship that, you know, you're building together, and I love that it may be, you know, with a male partner or a new lover or something like that, a new relationship in some way or form. May not necessarily be a lover, maybe a new business partner, a new friendship in some sort of way, but there is something definitely moving here for you, Gemini, and you're creating it, because there we have the one, and you're creating it. You're creating it. You're allowing you. It's like there is a new a way that you're looking at things emotionally. And it may be that in the past you've allowed your emotions, you've been looking at, or something is showing up where you've realized that actually you've let your emotions get in the way of making some decisions where you could have taken on maybe a more leadership role than a leadership role in some place, or maybe 2 or 3 times in your life. And, you know, and it's like, okay, but now is the time to take up that, you know, that challenge for you, or that role for you. Then we have on a soul level, the Strength card here. So it's like, you know, with the Strength there and coming up for you here, it's like, just know that you can do this, obviously, because, I think you know that. And then we have the Queen of Cups here. So she's very much in tune with her emotions. I just want to pop her up here because I feel over here, this way here actually. And then we have the Devil here, okay? The Devil here is like, this is maybe, you know, and, you know, this is talking about you releasing yourself from that which, you know, serves you no purpose at all. And it's probably, I would say, you know, have something, we're just talking about emotions, is, you know, maybe your emotions have got you in, got in your way before, your feelings or whatever it is, and now it's like some of you may have, whether it's in a leadership role or not, or some sort of way, or, you know, something that's going on in your life. It may be with a relationship where you keep going back into that, you know, that same pattern again, and it's like, maybe I feel like for some of you are, you know, you're seeing this now, or you're breaking free of the chains, your chains that have bound you to something emotional. But this is, I'm putting this Queen over there, that's like, she's come out, and I feel like, and, you know, there's something turning around where you're being more in control of that now, or more knowing, not necessarily in control of it, like in a negative way, or in a way that's like really needy or controlling it, but some of you may, you know, have been noticing in that and are very consciously aware. That's where I'm going with that. So there's a difference between, you know, like, you know, grasping onto and that neediness of control to be in control of your emotions, and it's not a bad start, you know, but it's like just going into that where you're flowing into it more, where you're understanding and you're doing some other work within yourself, so you're not at that space, or not in that space as per se, and moving into where it's just flowing, where actually there's a calm centered peace, where I don't feel like battling with it, which is the word that I'm hearing there. And that's, you know, that's one stage that we go through. And so I feel like some of yous will be probably less battling with it now, and it's more like, okay, I get that now, and I'm more in my power, in control of them, that it's like I'm not going to let something or that somebody says, does, you know, affect me in the way that's going to, emotionally, where it's going to like deplete my energy, or it's going to make my heart sink in the way especially that it used to. So sometimes it does still, like, you know, sink a bit, or it hurts, but it's like, and it may hurt, but it's like, but not in the way that it used to, because it's like you now know that actually that's not your bullshit, or that's somebody else's, and you're like, you're more in that space as like, okay, I'm not going to let that affect me. I'm going to take note of it though, but in the sense that, okay, that's filing it. And it's kind of interesting, but it's not going to, like, you're not going to bring it in with your energy. It's really taking note so you can identify it, and release it, and not so much push it or shove it away. That's what they mean. I mean by that, or that's what they mean by that. So, but I feel like too, but in doing that, when we're in that space, or when you're in that space, so whether you're a male or a female energy with this Queen of Pentacles in your energy, and you're more in, you know, your intuitive side, when we start to really go internally, to pull out all this stuff and visit it and heal it and release it, we start to become even more intuitive with our life, with ourselves, with what's going on around us, and therefore we're able to see what doesn't serve us more so, or what does serve us, sorry, more so than what doesn't. Okay, so this devil here, okay, I've just picked it up and turned it and released, but this is about you. Some of you may be in like not seeing it at the moment, so this is turning around for you to actually allow you to see it and move through it, whatever it is that is holding you back. Okay, beautiful. So I just want to go into I've got the Starman Tarot deck actually that's coming through now. I'm not going to take that one, so I haven't used these for a while. Okay, I will take that one. Okay, the Prince of Swords. So there's something coming through here. Okay, there's maybe something that's coming through quite quickly with the Prince of Swords. So this is really about, like, coming back to this here, these two cards here. It's like, I live by my ideals is what it talks about in this deck. So I love this deck because it's very very colorful, but it's very colorful. So the Prince of Swords comes through. So there may be something that comes through to help you move through that. I'm going to put that with this one, and I'm also going to take this here, the Nine of Swords. So here we go. I perceive danger everywhere with the Nine of Swords in this deck. But it typically talks about that because our dreams and our nightmares. But we can shift that, because it's like, and usually when that happens, it's because we're not typically not, generally not living by our ideals, which starts all this mind war going on in here. Okay, but it's a beautiful reading. So there's a lot of movement and a lot of shifting here going for you here, and I just want to pull out one here just to see what comes out. Oops, there's three out of this Oracle Energy deck. Cool. Action. Okay, number 17. This is about taking action. Okay, being, creating what it is that you want to do, and be, do, give, and have in your life. The fifth chakra here with Archangel Gabriel was 3 and 9, so he's helping you to find balance, and by balancing and helping you to bring something to an end. So something must be coming to a close. So, and sometimes, often when we're coming to the end or nearing the end of a cycle, it can get a little bit more higgledy-piggledy, and as we and the emotions start to shift. So, into maybe slightly resistant or not too sure or whatever, or slightly, so kind of maybe like feeling like a little bit slowing down, but then it's like, okay, no, this is it. I'm going to do this. So he's bringing a little bit of balance around you at the moment to help you to shift through that last part. Okay, beautiful. And then we have, happy family. Which is kind of what this is like here with the 10 of Pentacles as well. Happy family. So it's kind of, there's an abundance and, not going to say in prosperity. So it could be something like your business, your career, and all your family stuff. But even some of you, this could have to do with your health, okay? As well, it's maybe you're resisting something, and or you're just working through processing something about to do with your health, okay? because then we have number 4, happy family, which is beautiful. There's a grounding here, and so happy family for me is abundance. So like there's the rainbow there, which has started over here. Interesting, we start off with a 44 here with the dolphin and a rainbow, and we finish off with a 4 here with happy family. So there's something coming up where there's the 4, where there's a lot more grounding, stability, whether it be with your family, with yourself, with work, with career, with your business, and where you're going off, but also within the family as well. Okay, awesome. I love it. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there for you, with you, Gemini, so for this month of May 2021. So I just want to also, because I forgot to remind everybody to and if this resonates with you and you like what I do, like and follow me. Like this video. Gosh, and all my either on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook page, or subscribe to my channel. That would be really awesome. Okay, as well. And please leave a comment and let me know how this goes for you. And I hope that this little clearing with the sage and the Palo Santo helped as well. So anyway, God bless you, and we shall see you. I'm looking at working at doing these like fortnightly now, and not weekly or monthly, but monthly definitely. But being a little bit on here a little bit more often. So anyway, see you in a couple of weeks. Bye for now. Namaste.